Hello, you're kicking off the Tuesday's edition of QPVN English News Bulletin. You're with me, Linchi, and the current headlines. Army Corps 12 strengthens training on modern weapons. Military National Defense leader inspects restoration of Chinese volunteer soldiers cemetery. Vietnam eyes stronger cooperation with Venezuelan localities. On March the 3rd, General Phan Van Giang, Minister of National Defense, chaired a meeting with the Standing Committee of Thanh Hoa Provincial Support Committee. The event also saw the attendance of Secretary of Thanh Hoa Provincial Support Committee Nguyễn Xuân Anh and Lieutenant General Phạm Trường Sơn, Double Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army. Recently, Thanh Hoa Province has focused on implementing many solutions to develop the party and political system, as well as promote rapid and sustainable socio-economic development, while continuing to strongly improve the investment and business environment, accelerated the progress of investment projects, especially large and key projects associated with promoting the disbursement of public investment capital, striving to achieve the province growth target of 11% or more in 2025. General Phan Van Giang commended the results of socio-economic development and national defense and security assurance of Thanh Hoa Province, while asking the local party committee, authorities and armed forces to drastically and rigorously implement measures to streamline the province apparatus, as well as strictly carrying out the party's guidelines and resolutions and the state's laws and policies on national defense and military tasks. General Phan Van Giang suggested that the party committee and authorities of Thanh Hoa Province focus on linking socio-economic development with national defense and security assurance. On this occasion, General Phan Van Giang assigned the Theo Group to support Thanh Hoa Province in building 500 houses under the government's program to eliminate temporary and dilapidated houses. On the same day, General Phan Van Giang, Minister of National Defense, visited and inspected Army Corps 12. General Phan Van Giang asked Army Corps 12 Command to really maintain combat readiness, effectively implement training work, and proactively advise and propose tasks for organizing local military forces. Over the past time, Army Corps 12 has quickly stabilized its organization, adjusted its tasks and combat readiness plans in accordance with the regulations of the Ministry of National Defense. This year, the unit has built up the close to rarely training plan and been focusing on mastering modern weapons and equipment. The affiliated units are asked to focus on while preparing for the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and National Reunification Day and the 80th anniversary of the National Day. On March the 3rd, Senior Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết, Chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, chaired a meeting to review the performance of party and political tasks in February and roll out key missions for March 2025. Senior Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết commended agencies and units for well completing all aspects of the work. In particular, the destination work has created a widespread effort, especially on the zero platforms, via views and reportage by the Army Broadcasting Center. In March, agencies and units were requested to effectively carry out political education and ideological grasping, especially among new soldiers, while organized activities to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Self-Liberation and National Reunification Day commensurate with the scale and significance of the event. At the conference, the General Political Department's leadership awarded collectives and individuals for their achievements in performing tasks, participating in competitions and emulation movements. Presiding over the launching ceremony of training season and the lightning speed determined to win emulation at Brigade 147 under Naval Region 1 on March the 3rd, General Nguyễn Tân Cương, Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, Deputy Minister of National Defense, asked the unit to further focus on equipping the staff with comprehensive knowledge and expertise, doing a good job of managing, directing, and organizing the training mission. General Nguyễn Tân Cương requested that the training mission must be fully carried out as planned with good quality, while officers or levels uphold their sense of responsibility and through absolute safety and seriously learn from experience right from the first day of training. The Chief of the General Staff emphasized the need to work out rigorous, effective and thorough solutions to improve the quality of ideological education and discipline observance among troops. Cadres must be close to soldiers, cultivate themselves before training soldiers. For recruits, it is necessary to determine that performing military service is both an honor and a noble responsibility of citizens. On March 3rd, in Hiệu Lũng District, Lạng City, a commission of the Ministry of National Defense led by Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, Deputy Minister of National Defense, inspected restoration and embellishment of the cemetery of Chinese volunteer soldiers who contributed to the Vietnamese Revolution. Secretary of Lạng Sơn Transport Committee Hoàng Văn Nghiệm and Colonel Jong Bo, Chinese Defense Attaché to Vietnam, joined the delegation. Implementing the direction of the Ministry of National Defense, Đông Bắc Corporation is tasked with the restoration and embellishment of 4 cemeteries of Chinese soldiers and advisors who have contributed to the Vietnamese Revolution. Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến emphasized that over 50 years ago, together with our military and people, soldiers of the Chinese People's Liberation Army bravely sacrificed for the cause of national liberation of Vietnam, contributing to further deepening the friendship between the two countries. He asked functional agencies to carefully prepare in all aspects so that the project is carried out on schedule. Over the past 70 years since the establishment of the Vietnam People's Air Force on March 3, 1955, generations of heroic officers and soldiers of the Vietnam People's Air Force have always upheld revolutionary heroism with a noble ideal of if time could turn back, they could still choose to wear the blue uniform and spread their wings to safeguard the fatherland. 70 years ago, these young men started a special journey, a journey to conquer the sky. Despite many hardships and challenges at that time, they were not afraid. From winning the first battle to the battles that went down in history and became legendary later, the Air Force has created many miracles, with the peak being the Hanoi Điện Biên Phủ campaign in the air. In that seemingly unequal battle, Vietnam's rule and mettle defeated the world's leading modern Air Force. If we fired 2 missiles and B-52 did not fall, then there could be a third missile that was the entire MiG-21 aircraft weighing nearly 10 tons with a heart burning with hatred. It was those arduous years of war that built the image and noble qualities of the heroic Air Defense Air Force soldiers. Therefore, generations of officers and soldiers of the Vietnam People's Army Force today always strive to study, enthusiastically practice, master modern weapons and equipment, maintain vigilance to safeguard the fatherland's airspace. Carrying forward the tradition of the Vietnam People's Air Force in the past, all Air Force officers and soldiers always maintain a high level of vigilance and combat readiness to deal with enemies when they invade the airspace of our fatherland. 70 years with many successive generations and a steadfast love for the fatherland's airspace, which the soldiers of the Vietnam People's Air Force will forever take the fatherland and dedicate all their youth and strength. Coming up next, Vietnam has stronger cooperation with Venezuelan localities. Điện Biên Province actively prepares for Bohemia Flower Festival. As part of the efforts to strengthen cooperation between Vietnam and localities in Venezuela, from February the 20th to March the 2nd, Vietnamese ambassador to Venezuela Vũ Trung Mỹ, along with an ambassador delegation and representatives of Vietnamese businesses, visited Chujiro State to explore cooperation opportunities, especially in trade and agriculture. During the visit, Ambassador Vũ Trung Mỹ held meetings with Chujiro State leaders and the local association of small and medium enterprises. He emphasized the role and responsibility of Vietnam's representative office in Venezuela in supporting industries, localities, and businesses with a people and business-centered approach. Ambassador Vũ Trung Mỹ reaffirmed that he will do his utmost to promote economic and trade ties between the two countries. For his part, Mr. Masquer said the visit marks an important milestone in strengthening the friendship between Venezuela and Vietnam, and between two yellow states and Vietnam in particular, especially in trade and agriculture. On September March 3rd in Hanoi, Deputy Minister Phùng Đức Tiến provided the press with an update on production results for the first 2 months of the year. He also discussed the management and regulation of production activities following the restructuring and merger under the new name Ministry of Agriculture and Environment, effective from March 1st, 2025. According to Deputy Minister Phùng Đức Tiến, agriculture for its and fish reproduction in the first 2 months of 2025 remained stable and achieved positive results. Regarding exports, the sector's total export turnover reached $9.38 billion during this period. Most product categories experienced strong growth, except for rice and fruits, which declined compared to the same period last year. Most key product categories have maintained growth momentum and generated a trade surplus, resulting in an export turnover of $9.38 billion and an export growth rate of 8.3%. This underscores the need to further promote products with comparative advantages. Secondly, regarding the challenges in the fruit and rice sectors, a number of solutions have been put in place to sustain growth in the coming months. March the 3rd also marked the first working day under the new name, the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment. Deputy Minister Phùng Đức Tiến emphasized that throughout the restructuring process, the ministry has ensured that business and public activities remain uninterrupted. Although the two ministries have merged, the leadership structure remains clear. On the first working day, operations ran smoothly with no bottlenecks, especially in administrative procedures. In 2025, the agriculture sector targets $65 billion in exports. Ministry leaders commit to comprehensive measures to sustain growth and achieve this goal. Every March, Điện Biên Province organized the Bohemia Flower Festival to honor the beauty of the typical flower in the Northwest region. To create a highlight for this year's festival, in recent days, Điện Biên Province has focused on taking care of the flower with the aim of making the Bohemia flowers reach their full splendor at the festival. These days, on the main roads of Điện Biên Phủ city, workers are spraying stimulants to help the Bohemia trees burst into full bloom in every corner of the city at the festival. We have signed a contract with Urban Management Division on taking care of the Bohemia trees in the city. We are trying to help the flowers show off their beauty right on the festival so that people and tourists can enjoy the beauty of Bohemia flowers in Điện Biên. The Điện Biên Phủ city, there are currently more than 2,660 Bohemia flowers planted on main roads, residential areas, and historical sites. The city is directing relevant units to focus on taking care of the flowers, at the same time create a green, clean, and beautiful landscape in the city. We've been taking good care of Bohemia trees to have the flowers blooming right on the Bohemia Flower Festival. Along with organizing the Bohemia Flower Festival, Điện Biên Province is actively taking care of and protecting the flowers to create highlights and impressions for tourists when coming to this locality. In addition, it is needed to strengthen the promotion of Bohemia flowers and festivals to stimulate tourism. It is the end of the latest news bulletin today. Watch news again at QPVN.vn. Goodbye, until next time.